guys, happy new month. I've missed all of you. How have you guys been? Well, I've been okay, I've been fine. We thank God. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for all your love and all your likes, all the sharing and everything. Thank you. I really, really appreciate. Trust me. And thank you for everything. I say a very big thank you. And I love the community we are forming. Thank you for all the subscriptions. Like I've been seeing them. Like I am really happy. Thank you. We're going to tell our story one day. So let's just get right into the video. So on today's topic, as the title says, daddy issues. Man, daddy issues. Yes, yes, and yes. I think majority of us have daddy issues. Trust me, quite a number of us have daddy issues. You know, before now, I used to wonder why do people have daddy issues? Why is daddy issues a thing? I didn't even know there was a name to some kind of behavior not until Pastor Lazarus spoke about it in one of his sermons, and then people kept talking about it, and I was like, okay. There was there wasn't a name for this thing, for this particular behavior, until it was now pointed out to, okay, the reason why women or some group of women or for some certain women feel the need for some kind of attitude or situations around them is because of they have daddy issues. And I was like, okay. Then, like I said, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, podcasts, and all of that. I came across Pastor Lazarus' channel, and he interviewed some women and all of that, and they kept pointing out those things when they realized they had daddy issues and all. And I was like, excuse me, and I was like, truly, this could be a thing. This could be a thing. One thing about us is that we tend not to accept things that are wrong with us. We try to fight it. I'm like, no, it's not me. This is not, I don't have this. But trust me, in everything, there are little threads of it. So I was like, okay, this is a thing. And then I got to realize that, oh, this daddy issue thing is not just about particular gender. It's not only women that face these things. Even men too. Even men faces these things and all. And I was like, because I came across a podcast with for Nigerians, you would know T. He actually interviewed Hilda Basi. They spoke about this daddy issues thing, and I realized that it was not actually only a female thing or a woman's thing or a lady's thing. It's actually guys. Guys feel the same way. So I said, okay, I think we need to talk about this. We need to jump to the on this. So I started making my research, and realistically, daddy issues is a thing, and it's not just with women alone, but also with men. So, to my own understanding and from all my research, I would say that daddy issues is a father and child relationship. Like, it's not just a personal relationship, it's like a relationship between a father and the child, be it male, be it female. And it's always doing the childhood, like, it's always doing childhood. Like, That's why I would always put it and I will always say that there's a lot to be a father. You cannot just say, okay, because you are a responsible father, you pay school fees, you provide food, or you buy clothes, you are a good father. There's a lot to fatherhood than just providing. You have to spend time with your children, you have to spend quality time with your children, you have to be present in your children's life. You have to know that, okay, oh, I have to, like, they need to see me, they always need to be around me. They need to know that I am around. For some situations, you may not always have to be around all the time, but the periods you are in, make it the best. Because trust me, listen to adults and people talk about daddy issues. It's like, it's that void of when they were children, that space, that vacuum that their fathers never filled up in them. And it's now a problem now that they are adults. Even though most of them don't accept it, or most of us don't accept it, but trust me, it is. So for me, it's not even a father and child relationship as now, but it's a childhood issue when the children are still little. That's when you're supposed to give it your 100. And people always tend to project daddy issues to children that were raised by single parents, single mothers. It's not only children that were raised by single mothers, so even children that their father and mother are together and they were raised by both parents also have daddy issues, because daddy issues is a lot. You can be a father, you can be a provider, but you are not emotionally there for your children as kids. You know when like you know when a child will go through something, and then as little as what happened in the on the playground, and the child will want to come back to tell the dad. It's a lot. You see, the little things we do that we think they are nothing actually plays a huge role in our lives while growing up. Trust me. Like, my dad died when I was way early, like when I was way young. I don't think I have a picture of my father in my head, like a physical picture, like when you know somebody and then you want to sleep at night and then you want to dream about the person, you have that image of the person. Yes, I don't have that, only what I see in pictures. So as a child, I think my dad died when I was a baby. So you should imagine. And my mom is, she's a strong woman. My mom is the best. My mom is everything, because my mom did everything to give me the best she could give. Even when she couldn't afford it, she went all out to make me not miss that vacuum of a father. I saw my mom work her ass off just to give me the best. Like, I will tell you, to some people will say I was a privileged child, and yes, I was a privileged child because I had a very sweet childhood. I had toys, I was living my life, and to an extent I didn't think I needed a dad because my mom always filled every vacuum of that. She was amazing and she's still amazing. But now, growing up, and now I'm married and I have kids. I have a girl and I have a boy. Now, those vacuums that I felt I didn't even look into, or those things that it wasn't necessary, I am so intentional about my husband and my daughter having that relationship. And not just my daughter, even my son. It's as little as maybe we go out to play and my daughter has a lovely experience, I always remind her, don't forget to tell your daddy how awesome your day was. Not because it was very awesome in actual sense, but that's, I want her to experience what I didn't have. Not necessarily because when I was a child I wanted that. No, I didn't even know I wanted that. But growing up now, I know I needed that. So even when there's this joy in my heart when we come back home, even when the daddy is not around and the daddy comes back later, it's amazing how she remembers everything that happened, and she's so happy to tell her dad. And you know, men are like, they are not like we women. They don't pay attention to details. Some of them do. So I keep telling my husband, please be act exciting as she is, because it does something to her to make her happy. And she would be like, I'm also be like, wow, you did this, and she'll be like, yay, like, and she will be so happy, like her joy is like on another level. Or you see when she dresses up and then she comes to show her daddy her clothes, even down to her school uniform. Like, girl, this is your uniform. We see you on this every day, but every time she puts on her uniform, she goes on and she tells her daddy, daddy, look at me. And I tell my husband, just do it. And he'll be like, oh girl, you're so cute. This is lovely. You look so beautiful. And I see how this girl glows from the morning till the night, because her daddy told her she's beautiful. Now, in actual sense, it's like, what are you doing? It's just a normal thing. But no, because this, you're like, he's literally building this confidence in her. Do you understand? Because he's her father. So he's literally building this confidence in her that, okay, she's beautiful, she looks good. So subconsciously, he's building her self-esteem, and which none of them know yet until when she's now an adult, and she has this awesome self-esteem that there's nothing you tell her that will bring her down or will make her feel bad, because that thing has already been built. So those are the things I'm talking about. Little things about daddy issues. So I don't want this video to be long, so I'll just go down to symptoms of having daddy issues, like when you know, like the things you do that you'll be like issues. I would say number, okay, I'm not even just calling the symptoms. You're constantly demand for assurance of love because you don't want them leaving you like your dad. Well, stories I've heard, you see ladies tell you, if that's why even when the men maltreat them and the men beat them up, they feel, as far as the man is around and he's always there, it's better than them leaving. It's better than the man leaving. So you always have insecurities. Insecurities are always a thing, because there was no one to actually groom you to have those securities. You have low self-esteem, you feel rejected. Anywhere you go, you just feel people don't like you. It's funny. You just feel people don't like you, you are not liked, you always feel the urge to be loved. But try to understand that, but you have to understand that not everybody is supposed to like you. As you don't like everybody you meet, not literally like you hate them, but you don't really connect with them. That's the word, because hate is really not a good word, it's too forward, but you don't connect with this person. So it doesn't really mean that they hate you, but you just feel like, okay, you're not liked. Everywhere you go, you don't like it. Always feel the voice for people to like you, which is not possible. I'm not saying they're not going to like you, but not immediately. It takes time. There are people that they have to, it takes time for them. These things takes time. Someone like me, I don't easily like people, but I would grow to like you. So if you're someone that you're always bothered about people being like people liking you, it's a problem. And you're always insecure, like you're insecure in every way, in your relationship, in in friendship, even where you work, you're always having insecure issues, like you're always insecure, like it's a problem. Then emotional, you know that today you're all cool and tomorrow, like you think things far, something little happen and you are all over the place. You're like, okay, like you're thinking too deep. I don't know. I think those are the symptoms too. And also, you have low self esteem, like you go into a place and you like you feel less of yourself. And why will you feel less of yourself? So those that is also, like I talked about. So okay, like I talked about building your self esteem. Your mom can do everything, but that's why God actually created a man and a woman, and God created the institution of marriage. If God felt that one parent can do this alone, then He would have actually done it with only one parent. But He had a reason for bringing two parents together. So that means that each person has a role to play in a child's life. So even if the other partner is not around due to death, it does not mean that the other partner is a bad person or the other partner did not try. Like, they are good single mothers, they are good single fathers that do a lot for their kids. But the truth is that it's still not enough, because there's a reason why they have to be two. Do you understand? So if you have all these things and okay, you realize that you have daddy issues, it's not like a psychological issue, because these symptoms are just mild symptoms that can be handled. You can actually tell yourself that, you can actually train yourself, you can actually help yourself, you can go for therapy. Do you get? Even for the guys, even for men, like there was Timilola was saying, he was telling Hilda Basi that there was this verge of, for the fact that his father rejected him as a child, so he had this verge of becoming a better person. Like, when I mean becoming a better person, it's not as if he was a bad person, no, but he had this, like he wanted to be known, he wanted to be wealthy, he wanted to have money, he wanted to have a good lifestyle. When the father sees that, oh, this person I abandoned have is this, he would feel hurt, and he would regret that he would come back to him and try to be the father that he wasn't when he was a child. But newsflash was, even when he had all of those things, the father still chose his wife, that's his, not his mother, his second wife, the other lady, over him. The father still didn't care. So, but I don't know. It's something, if you don't go through it, you won't really understand. In some circumstances, like mine, it was nature, because my dad died way early. So it was something, there's nothing anybody could do about it, but it's something that will happen to a child, whether they like it or not. So it's just that if it's happening to you, just accept it and work on it. Deal with it. It is what it is. That is it. So I think I've come to the end of my video. I will say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everything. And please, I want some engagement on the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. And also don't forget to drop a comment. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.